Hi guys, today I'm going to read you another Halloween book. This one is called The Runaway Pumpkin. It reminds me a little bit of Too Many Pumpkins, so I think David might like it. Anyway, with this book, we're going to continue to kind of think about story elements. Let me move so you can see the poster again. Yesterday we talked about, 2 days ago we talked about characters, and then we talked about setting. But I want to kind of review the plot. Remember the plot roller coaster we did? I really want to kind of focus on the problem. The problem usually happens somewhere around the middle of the story, right? So in this story today, there is a big problem. And it's the problem throughout the whole book, but then something happens at the end causing a solution or a fix to the problem, right? Like the problem gets solved. So that's your job. As I'm reading, I want you to listen closely to what the problem is, and that's what you're going to have to tell me the problem is, and then you're going to have to tell me how they solved the problem. Okay, so be listening for that while I'm reading the book. Here we go. The Runaway Pumpkin. Once upon a time, when the wind blew with a chill. Listen to those good time words. Wandered Buck and Billy Baxter with their baby sister Lil. And there upon that hillside, growing orange, fat, and fine, the budding Baxters found a pumpkin on a twisty, twirly vine. Do you see it? I see it. Oh my gosh, it's way up there. Look how big it is. It was big and it was round, and the boys, their eyes agleam, gave a whoop, a yell, a holler. No finer pumpkin had they seen. And today was Halloween. That's a big pumpkin. Yet little Lil was cautious, and of course she tried to warn them, but her bumbling big-head brothers snapped the pumpkin from its stem. And as she watched them roll it, at first real slow, but then much faster, little Lil looked down the hill, and she foresaw disaster. What do you think might happen? Oh, here it goes. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpity bumpity, thumpin' bumpin', round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. Uh-oh. A short way down the hillside, that zooming pumpkin caught the eye of Muckin' Mama Baxter, who thought of Granny's pumpkin pie. Oh, she's mucking. See, that means that she's putting like muck, which is like pig food, out. Till it busted through her sty. Oh my goodness, look, it came right through and the muck's all on her head. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpity bumpity, thumpin' bumpin', roll, round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. A bit further down the hillside, just beyond the chicken coop, Grandpa Baxter saw that pumpkin and thought of Granny's pumpkin soup. Look what he's thinking of. Are you guys seeing a problem so far? Something that keeps happening? Until it knocked him for a loop. Oh man. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpity bumpity, thumpin' bumpin', round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. Now at the bottom of that hillside, where the boundin' pumpkin sped, Papa Baxter on his tractor thought of Granny's pumpkin bread. But Papa Baxter used his head and quickly plowed a pumpkin bed. Well, that was smart. So at the bottom of the hillside, fat and round upon the ground, that thumpin' bumpin' pumpkin plopped and didn't make another sound. And as pigs and hens and Baxters gathered round where Papa plowed, little Lil, she gathered Granny and pulled her through the waiting crowd. Buck and Billy looked real proud. Look at them. And then thumpity bumpity, thumpin' bumpin', straight to the kitchen went that pumpkin. Look at him shove it through the house. Look how they're stretching the door. That's not realistic. That's funny though. And soon after came the smell of dear old Granny's cooking something. Granny stirred and stewed and baked till the bright full moon rose up, and all those hungry Baxters sat themselves right down to sup. Look at all those yummy things. And at the center of the table, among the soup and bread and pie, sat a grinning jack-o'-lantern with a twinkle in his eye. Looks like they took all his insides out to cook, and now they just have him. Oh, and that's the end of that book. Okay, so throughout that book, there was a problem. Caused lots of trouble. Think about what the problem was. And how did that problem get solved? You could probably say a couple of different things that solved it. First, something had to happen, and then something else happened. So be ready to tell me what the problem was in this book and what the solution is in the book. Okay?